Draw at the end of the old cigar. Ta-ra, ta-ra, ta-ra. She says, I don't know your name. Please tell me who you are. And could you get me something to cover my figure? I says, why, I give her the band off at the end of the old cigar. Off the end of the old cigar. Ta-ra, ta-ra, ta-ra. I says, why, I give her the band off at the end of the old cigar. La, 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 la. I used to be in the Navy, and one day out at sea, the vessel struck a rock just off the side of sea. The captain cried, we going down. I says, you're up the pole, 'cause I saved the vessel. I bugged up the hole with the end of the old cigar. Ta-ra, ta-ra, ta-ra. I stopped the vessel sinking, and I saved its jolly tar. Then someone shouted, fire! The cabin boy says, blah. It's only Bertie down below, smoking his own cigar. The end of the old cigar. Ta-ra, ta-ra, ta-ra. It's only Bertie down below, smoking his own cigar. Yeah. And I say, the blackberries are getting ripe now, and the apples are swelling to the bad weather. And I met this lass, and she says, Bertie, she says, how do you get your tomatoes to ripen? I says, how do you mean? She says, well, mine's green. She says, but they won't ripen, you know. I says, well, it's legal asking me. I haven't got a greenhouse, but Margaret along the end of the street has. So she goes along and says to Margaret, Margaret, how do you get your tomatoes to ripen? She says, well, I'll tell you what I do. She says, when I go down on the morning to open the ventilators and the windows is steamed over, she says, I always go down in my dressing gown. And she says, I go in and I just give them a quick flush. She says, get out. She says, the neighbours will see us. No, she says, the windows are steamed up, they won't. And she says, you haven't been on it. She says, you were the same at school. You was always trying to... No, she says, I'm not. That's what she says, well, go on, I'll try. But she says, go on, so a fortnight later, she says, how's your tomatoes? She says, you were having me on, weren't you? They're no bloody different. She says, have they not? She says, have you? Every morning I've been there with it. And she says, they're no different at all. She says, mind the cucumbers is massive. Music hall song. I should have had the props, but I haven't, but you have to pretend I've got the... So, I was reading the local paper in the matrimonial part when I came across an advert. Well, it gave me quite the start. Well, it said just go to Shiny Road, number 23 St. Anne's. There's a lovely little widow with £1,000. She's looking for a nice young man. I'll be up that way next week. I'll be up that way next week. She's a lovely little widow with £1,000. I didn't give a bugger if she's got 10 kids. Says she wants a husband for to tip her, so to speak. I'm just the very fella, tipping her forever. I'll be up that way next week. I'll be up that way next week. I'll be up that way next week. I'm just the very fella, I'll tipping her forever. I'll be up that way next week. Da, 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 know the landlady where I'm lodging at's got a half full smoky flue. And smoke flies through the back kitchen, and she doesn't know what to do. So she says to me, young fella, that flue they'll have to sweep. I says, I'm very, very busy with one woman's flue, sweeping one. I can't sweep two. A sweeping mind, I'm a champion. I'm a dandy, so to speak. When me brush gets cold, I'll tap a double load. I'll be up that way next week. I'll be up that way next week. I'll be up that way next week. When my brush gets cold, I'll be taking a double load. I'll be up that way next week. No, our tomcats, the queer tomcat, the queerest tom for miles. The other night he met another tomcat out upon the tiles. Said that old Tom to our old Tom, there's a female cat in view. Well, our old Tom said, no, the bugger never cried mew. I'll be up that way next week. I'll be up that way next week. She's a pretty very man from the Isle of Man. I'll show her how to do the old can-can. Says she wants to meet him in Pussyland next week. She's a Manx female, she's never had a tail. I'll be up that way next week. I'll be up that way next week. I'll be up that way next week. She's a Manx female, never had a tail. I'll be up that way next week. Hey, there you go. I was going to, with it, I don't know whether you know, but this is, you know, I am sort of a world famous at Fishburn. And if you go to the library and get a book there called Come On Ye Bold Minders, the second edition, and it says in the preface, Bert Draycott, modern day Tommy Armstrong. But Tommy Armstrong used to do the music halls at the 72, just gone, the one before, and he was great, but he had another bloke who used to go around him at the same time called Joe Wilson, and he used to write some cracking stuff. And when the Industrial Revolution started, they built the tenements on the Tyne Bank, and the women used to take turns to wash the stairs down. But there was always somebody who was a bit shy about taking a turn, you know. And there was always somebody that wasn't shy about telling them that they hadn't taken a turn. And Joe Wilson wrote this one called Around the Stairs, and some people do, well, I think it goes best tomorrow, and it's two women arguing. Well, you know, when men argue and they say, oh, you've parked your car for my driveway. Oh, sorry, mate. He says, I'll shift it. End of the argument. But women's different to that. Women sort of upcast things. You're to the car there, they're on about the car, moving the car. And you used to wear raggy knickers at school, I remember you. To deal with what you're talking about, you know, but the two women tend to grab these things and upcast them. And this is the story of the row on the stairs. It goes like this. Says Mrs. Todd to Mrs. Bell, it's time to wash them stairs. Those must be turned for many a time. Anyway, the neighbours has all done theirs, says Mrs. Bell to Mrs. Todd. When I think that it's me turn, though it's got some neck to order me, there's not a woman born who keeps a cleaner house than me. And I'll tell them, Mrs. Bell, if you'd only do the shem as me, you'll go and wash yourself. You're a shaky bitch, says Mrs. Bell. Where was it stole the beef? What's that thou saying, says Mrs. Todd. Thou calling me a thief. Where's the sixpence what I lent you to treat Maggie Smith with gin? And the blanket what you borrowed the last time you were laid in? Mrs. Bell, thou knows myself that sixpence is long been paid. And the raggy blanket what I borrowed was no good then, you said. A raggy blanket, Mrs. Todd. By God, those got some cheek. The raggy stockings that thou wears had holes in twice the size last week. Me holy sock, says Mrs. Todd, looks better in the street than your fella's blucher boots what there's wearing to hide me feet. And the earrings what thou got on tick off the Jew the other day will be like the medagement shawl. The shepherd gets gained away. You brazen bitch, says Mrs. Todd. Gets worse, isn't it? Thou wants to have the jar, the very shift up on the back belongs the wife next door. And another thing I'll tell her, it's true, there's no doubt. I say thou fondle and Bob the snob the time the man was out, says Mrs. Todd to Mrs. Bell. Thou brazen looking slut. You can gob away to climb them stairs. I want shift a foot. Afore I lift the scouting clout, them mucky stairs to clean, I'll watch them torn as black as thou. You're a pawn shop looking queen. Glittering, clattering, scandal and duff. That's Joe Wilson's row on the stairs. Hey! You know this fight, you know. I hope you do. Because you knew more, didn't you? But I've just happened to be at the moment world champion spoon player. And well might you say then that I haven't seen this before, because nearly all you have. World champion spoon player. Where were the World Spoon Playing Championships held? Well, originally, in 1973, they were held in the Busty Compressor House down Fishburn Colliery, 2 o'clock one Tuesday morning. If you weren't there, you weren't complete. And you'll never guess who won. But I remember the day, well, that day when I came out the pit, the banksman says to me, Bertie, the manager wants you out of the office. I says, isn't it? You can't hold a petty little thing like the World Championships without somebody mouthing up to the gaffer. So I thought, I'll have my excuses ready before I go in. If he says, what do you do with them 2 spoons in your top pocket? I'll say, why, I always fetch broth for me bait. And me mother likes to dip inside 2 spoons. So I goes up the office door, knocks on the door, and I took my helmet off, because our gaffer really appreciates a groveler. And then he says, come in, shut up, because he can't thing. And here, in his office, he has a little bar in the corner, in case whoever's running the coal board, Lord Romans, Derek Ezra, Arthur Scargill, I'll do that one again. Whoever's running the coal board, Honourable Justice. Anyway, get swift out. Where have you been to this time, David? Come on. Oh, we can get to that.
Oh, it's finished by now, Bert.
You know me. So,
You just started.
So, you've heard it before, so it doesn't matter. There's a, where do we get, oh yeah, it says, in case anybody's run the cup, get a swift half. But you'll never believe, you will never believe what I'm going to tell you now. Standing beside this little bar, you'll not believe this, mate, was the Queen. I'll tell you, you wouldn't believe us, didn't I? She looked straight over at me and she says, all right, Bertie. Well, she always calls us Bertie. She says, I says, I can. I says, I haven't one, pet. She says, no, it's this coat. I think the buttons want altering. Wait a minute, I'll do that one. I'm going too fast. I'm going too fast.
No, you're not.
I haven't one, no, it's this coat. I think the buttons want. I says, what are you after? She says, what do you mean? I says, how are you? I haven't come up to Fishburn all this way. But you have to, I said, I'll tell you what it is, Bertie. She says, because it's 1973, she says, we've got the hardest lass, our Han, getting married shortly. This was the first time. And she says, we having a do after the wedding. Will you come down and play the spoons for us? I says, why, will I? Of course I will. Any weekend, tell us I'll come down. She says, it's not a weekend, Bertie, it's a Tuesday. I says, a Tuesday? I said, is it a rush job, like? You know, anybody who can't wait till the weekend, you know, it's a dead giveaway. She said, oh no, she says, not like that. She says, I'm only getting married on the Tuesday because that's the only day we could get the hall. The hall was booked there. I says, well look, I'll come down on the Tuesday, supposing I have to have a one off. But when I told her I'm married, she said, at your age, you might as well have them both off.
Oh.
But I wasn't bothered, say. I was through the bats like a rocket. I was through the pit bats like a rocket. Electric soap. I just washed the front, because the back was going to get black tomorrow in any case. And I'm dashing up the front street like a canteen black clock. You know what a canteen black clock is? You know what black clocks are? Then they don't know. Black clocks are cockroaches, you know. So I'm dashing up the street like a canteen black clock. Names the ones with a pasty in their hands. And I'm telling everybody I've got a booking for the royal wedding. And my mate Dennis, he's a joiner. He's in his yard, sawing away. I says, Dennis, I've got a booking for the royal wedding. He says, Bertie, this might be the big time for you. Well, it might have been as well, but I was asked to appear in knee breeches. If I hadn't been so ignorant, I wouldn't have gotten done. Anyway, it didn't matter because the case was dropped through lack of evidence. Anyway, I says, is your kitty in there? So I'll tell her. He says, she's in the house there, Bertie, but she's out of heaven. I says, oh, is that her coffin? He says, no, it's a dog kennel I'm making. Anyway, to cut along. Oh, you've caught up now, yeah, Hey, the wedding. Oh, before I went, my now, Murray says to me, look, she says, when you go down there in the train, she's not buying maize on the train, the price they ask. She says, you can take bait. So I went along the corner shop. I says, Hazel, I want something for bait. I'm down at the royal wedding. She says, oh, well, she says, what about a little tin of corned beef? I says, oh, that'll do. For a bed? I says, yeah, that'll do. I said, I'll have a little butter of tomato sauce to go with it. She says, HP? I says, I'll pay cash. Anyway, me, I must confess to being a bit of a ham. I am a bit, you know, I am a bit of a ham. Like, big audiences like tonight, little audiences, railway carriages, telephone kiosks, the bathroom mirror. If there's somebody laughing back, I'm away. And anyway, I got them in the there were the carriages with the doors on the side door them days, and I had 7 in the carriage. Ooh, I says, hey, shut the door. And I'm straight away, I'm giving them the old shop shoe. I was giving them the bowler hat job, and I say the old shop shoe, touch on the spoons. And by the time we got to York, I had the people in the carriage. How can I put it there? Pig sick up the street. Well, you can tell, man, you can tell, you know, I'll get up. So I thought I'll get up and eat me pains. But there was a Cockney bloke in the carriage who was, I knew what he was trying to do, shut me up, diplomatically, you know. So he gets the briefcase out and he's shuffling the cards. He says to me, Geordie, because he didn't know my name, see. He says, Geordie, do you know any card games? I says, aye, with me being a man, a few words, see. He says, well, what do you know then? I says, ice hockey. He says, I ain't a card game. I says, the cardist game on now.
Oh.
Did the Southerners get that one? Anyway, to cut a long story short, gets to London, I get out, I thought I'd be bait and shut up and get, when we got to London I was famished, so I got out and I thought, I'll have a quick bite. So I saw this place, egg, chips and beans, £27.95. Well, there's London prices, why you know you sell more. You get your chips without a bit. And take bread and butter as well, man. Hey, I ate all the bread at that price. I was just finishing the last half slice and the last drop tea. I lost my belt and I burped. And this fella opposite me went, light. He shouted at me, how dare you? How dare you belch in front of my wife? I says, I didn't know we were taking turns. When I came out of there, when I came out there, oh, shall I book window? Prince Charles. He says, hello, Bertie. He says, I thought you were in 4 shift this week. I says, no, I didn't get that one. I thought you were in 4 shift. I says, no. He says, what are you doing? I said, I'm down for the wedding. Oh, he says, well, what are you doing? I says, well, I was going to have a look around the metropolis, Pall Mall, Whitechapel, the Old Kent Road. Because I like to know what I'm buying when I'm playing Monopoly. But he says, come along, I'll show you around. He says, come in right with me in the Rolls Royce. So I get in the Rolls Royce, where the chauffeur turned the key, but it wouldn't start. I says, oh, I've got a car like this. So he's got the lid up. I says, let's have a look, because I'm good with cars as well, you know. I says, I'll fix it. I says, have you got some pliers? He says, I've got Benson and Edges, mate. Will I do? Anyway, to cut a long story short, I said, look, take me back to take us up to the palace. He says, what's the rush, Bertie? I says, your mum will be getting worried for you. The turn hasn't turned up. He says, I says, oh, look. He says, Bertie, shut up, Winston, I'll take you back. So he took us back, whizzed up through the, I says, then take me around the back, Charles, because with me being a comedy, you know. He says, no, don't go around the back, Bertie. May embarrass Mummy. I says, nice woman. What a nice woman. Hey, when I went in, she pulled the plug out of the iron, put the kettle straight on. Now, what he told me, well, what he told me before I went, she says, if you are offered tea at the palace, do not show your Broughtons up. She says, get the little finger up. Because our Murray knows about this, you know. She used to work at the court. So I was just chatting to the Queen like a lot. I might be you. I wish I'd never said it. I says, where's the boss? Ooh, should have seen her face. She says, you mean Phil the Greek? She said it, mate. She said it. She says, Bertie, I wish I knew where he was. She says, you don't know. He went out this morning for a swift half, supposedly. No, bloody nicely. We've got the wedding on this afternoon. Dinner early and everything. He's never come back. But anyway, just then, the back kitchen door went, and in comes Prince Phil. He's stopping. He's bouncing off the fridge. He's stopping off the slab. And he gets against the door stench and he looks at her and he says, hello, Regina Rex. Name for the sake, but she never answered. She just stood there with the engine ticking over. You know. He says, is me dinner still hot, pet? She says, it will be. I hoiked in the fire 2 hours ago. Anyway, to cut a long story short, the wedding went off an absolute treat. And the grub there, you know, they use real toads for the toad in the hole, and real shepherds for the shepherd's pie, and real rats for the ratatouille, and God knows what went into the coq au vin. Anyway, that night in bed, Princess Anne says to Mark Phillips, she's going, Mark, he says, I cannot, man. He says, I'm only flesh and blood, man. He says, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, what do you want? She says, I was just thinking, I wasn't Bertie good on the spoon. I know they have a chair, last time you had to hold the chair. No, they have in the back and say, I think now. Not only will I play the spoons for you, but I will show you how to play the spoons. So you can go home, not only you've had a grand weekend here, full of drink, entertained, but also educated. So all you will need are 2 silver spoons. You can do it with the stainless steel ones, but get the silver ones for the tour. You get these at the Five Bridges Hotel gates. What you do, hold your hand up, bend the top finger over, one above, bounce it down there, thumb down, up there, another one at the bottom, back to back. Clutch them firmly, don't let them flap about, they don't flap about. Keep them firmly. And the basic move is the shot and stot. What's it called?
The shot and stot.
Which goes when you get there, you either clap or get your empty glasses or your empty bottles in, I think. So we'll try it again. Oh, hey, that was spot on. You know what they say about showbiz? They say time is everything. You lot. Are you all showbiz? Are you? You know, you. So this is followed by the Black Hall Bounce. What's it called?
The Black Hall Bounce.
Hold that hand. Move the spoons, not your hand. Followed by the Roker Ripple, or as it is now called, the Stadium of Light Ripple. Hold the fingers out. Oh, don't pass me these again. No. Like that. Hold the fingers out. That's it. Hey, can you follow me about? Followed by the 3 R's. What's this? The
3 R's.
Which is a reverse Roker Ripple. That's down the back of the fingers. That's. That would do, but I said that would really do, but you're so good, and I'm only saying this because it's true. We'll do the Shadford Shake. This is a very good, this is that one, this is, that's, well, that would really do, you know. But, I mean, you've been so good. I'm only saying this because it's true. You've been cracking. We might as well go the whole hog and do the Newcastle Knuckle Knock, followed by the Fishburne Flick. What are we going to do?
Newcastle Knuckle Knock, followed by the Fishburne Flick.
That's. But that there, that is the Fishburne Flick, that bit there. That is a very ethnic northeast move. that represents a pigeon's wing, see. I told them that when I was on Time Taste Television and they'd be late to
And it's true, he was on Time Taste. I've got a book about 30 years ago when he photographed of it on Time Taste. I looked all over.
Tell them who's on the other page, little and large. Me on there and
Joe King, I think.
I was with Joe King now, yeah. I've been on tons of times. But so I usually have a 15-piece backing group. Well, you can well imagine that. It's like but I'll have to make do with Fred on the Banjalorum down here. Let's be backing group. Poor old bugger, he's just the best he can. You know? And we have the World Championships will be held in Sedgefield on the 2nd of September. If you come to the festival there, on the afternoon, it's free to enter, but you can chance your arm against me. There's big prizes. I know that's £250,000 on a £10 voucher. But anyway, we'll do the Sheik of Araby with the mouth music and Fred on the Banjalorum. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm the Sheik of Araby, said a beat or a wasp of a beat, your plan. The love will be when you're asleep. Picture your pet, I think it's the sun, the shine, it's wet. Would like
the way to love, and you so quick.
Where's your sound?
Everybody, thanks for coming and hope to see you next year. Have a nice, peaceful festival. Bye bye. Thank you.